Okay, we are back. Hello everyone, this is Icy Roads again. So, I lost internet for a little while. Yeah, oh my gosh, that was crazy. But yeah. Way to go me. Thanks. I'm back now. I'm streaming again. Alright. Got it all going again. Took care of that. And, let's continue. Let's see. I'm now paranoid that my stream is gonna go out. Okay, what was I doing? I was doing the hand, putting off drawing the arm. Oh man, that's a pretty good arm. I gotta use the keyboard. Alright, because I don't want to screw up the hand, so I'm not gonna draw on the same layer. I'm gonna draw on another one. See, I should probably do this. Maybe not. Makes it crap. Maybe this and then this. Yeah, so I can get a general idea where everything is. Come on. Tablet being a little bitch. Alright. I don't remember what I was talking about before, to be completely honest. I'm not even gonna try. Honestly, I don't even know where I cut out at, because it was just like such a sudden thing. It was like, no internet. I was like, what? I tried to get it back so many times by refreshing the internet, but it did not work. So, yeah. OBS, that is what this is called, right? OBS, yeah. It was like, you were disconnected. I was like, come again? It's like, why? Why is it that I'm disconnected? I don't remember agreeing to this. Okay, I'm putting off drawing this arm far too long. Okay, let's say that... Oh. Wrong size. New layer. Okay. Let's say that the wrist is here-ish. Then we want it to be like this. For a while there, I thought the internet was going to be out for good, so I'd even recorded a goodbye video to post when it came back, but I guess I was just being too impatient, because it came back pretty fast, which I was not expecting. Don't even know why the internet went out, because as far as I know, it's not storming. I don't know. Whatever the case is, I'm just glad it's back. Let's see. How does this look? I'm gonna erase this right here because it was just a guide. And I'm gonna really pronounce where it overlaps. Try to make it look like this. And then this. This. I don't know if that makes the arm too small. I think it looks disproportionate. Is that what I'm trying to say? Maybe what I need is this. Just make it a little bit bigger. Maybe turn it a little bit. No, keep it up higher. Do this. Gonna put the face back. Obviously, this shading is not going to be in the final version. I am just trying to get a good feel of where what is supposed to be where, all that jazz. Why does that look so stiff? Okay. The wrist is supposed to be here. Arm's supposed to be like this. This should be like this. This, let's say it's like this. Okay. Do this. All right, let's zoom out, see how it looks. Wonky. That's what it looks like. It looks funky. Okay, I think I should call it quits on Raylan and go to the next part I was gonna do, which is Celestine and Finn's hero outfits. Yes, they are heroes. And I want to tweak their outfits because I have changed my mind on some things. Let's see. Where was I? Yeah, I figured that I just... What was I saying? I figured I had it in the same folder. That's what I was saying. Let's go back to the erase and need to mouse. Okie doke. Layer. Almost said folder. And I think what I'm gonna do is, since he's ice, have some fur. Boots with the fur. I don't even know that song, but I know that. I guess because it's kind of a meme. Let's see. I don't know how I'm going to get it to be in this shape. I gotta look up a jacket that's like this, but basically it's gonna be, maybe it's kind of like this, like multiple layers of fur. I just realized I shouldn't erase this. Just in case I want to go back, I need duplicate. Okay, original folder, fine. Not folder, layer. Now let's erase. In fact, I wonder something. What if I could add this to the fur? My brain, it just working. Oh, and erasing. That took a lot of thinking. Oh, no, didn't mean to do that. Just need to get rid of some of these lines and clump it some together. I'm gonna go for a bit bigger of a race. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's starting to come together. And I think I am going to make this a little more fluffy. All right. Yeah, that's better. I like this better. I think I need to kind of put it in a little bit more. So have it be like this. So that way it's not overshadowing it too much. Okie dokie. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, I need... Okay, hold on. I'm going to look something up on the phone. Okay, yeah. That helps. All right. Bug right there. Oh, you guys probably can't see it. There was a bug on my screen. Okie doke. Let's see. I think what I want to do actually is have it where the fur goes in like this and have this be a folded over with fur. So, like, this. Hmm. Hmm. It's gonna be harder than I thought it was gonna be. But I am definitely going in the right direction. And I think what I need. Oh, wait. What if instead of turning this into fur, well, I'd still turn it into fur, but not all of it. So, do this. Okay. Okay, stop messing with it. You can fix it later. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna make this line tremendously a lot thicker because I'm gonna turn this part into fur. Okay, so now we'll erase this and this guideline. I don't need it anymore. Might keep the diamond guideline. Oops. That doesn't work. Like this. Mm. Yeah, okay. All right. Now, I think what I'm going to do is just do this. There we go. And I think I'll have the fur kind of coming out there. I'll perfect it in a minute. But I definitely want this to be this. Okay, yeah, now we're starting to cook with fire. Or no, the saying is cook with gas. All right, I'm going to just go ahead and rank this because I'm happy it. But I now know the gist of what I want. So I'm gonna do this. And I think I'll do this to indicate that it's fur. And then have it go down like this. And I'm going to break it. I think I want to wrap this part. Yeah, that's okay. I think what I'm gonna do is extend this part and have it be flowing like this. Yeah, much better. Oops. And my tablet acting up. God, please no. No, that's a no-no. I think that's throwing me off. So we'll get rid of that. Let's do this. forgot to talk again. That's gonna be the line I do. I forgot to talk. Oh no. But yeah. So, these characters are some of my OCs. Celestine Frost is the one I'm working on right now. I'm working on his hero suit. And this is Finn Catter. And I'm not done with his hero suit. I'm not too pleased with the jacket. I want to fix it. I love the little details. I love the belt. I love how it opens. But I think I want to fix the shoulders. The shoulders just don't look right to me. And I want to add more details on Celestine's outfit. His powers, his hero powers, is ice. That's right. He has ice powers. Gosh, Icy, that's so predictable of you. I can't help it. I love ice. In fact, what is your favorite element? Or what would your superpower be? Because that might not necessarily be an element. So, yeah. Thank you, thank you. But yeah. And Finn's abilities is he can do anything in the feline family. So he can run as fast as a cheetah and climb just as wonderful as a tiger. And be also purr like a house cat. Yes, he can purr. And yes, catnip does affect him. For humans, if you take catnip, it tends to calm you. But for him, it's not like he gets high. It's not like a narcotic. But he does go and bounce off the walls and be super excitable and super happy. And then he crashes. And it's like, I am just so tired. I think I'll take a little nap. So yeah. And it's not a weakness, because then he's even faster when catching the criminals if they use catnip against him, because he's like hyper focused like a cat. In fact, if he wasn't wearing his mask, you would see his eyes dilate and be like, ah. And he will go for it. He'll just run forward and get the criminal. So it's not a plus in the criminal situation. He gets faster and more focused. So yeah, obviously the criminals have tried it, but it has not worked. In fact, they're like, no thank you, it's like a cat pouncing on a mouse. It's not that he gets out of control or anything. It's actually very cute how he pounces. He's like, yeah. And yes, he does have the urge to lick his hand like it's a paw, but he doesn't. So yeah. Yeah, it's dark. Shadows. But yeah, I have so many characters with ice abilities. I try to span it outwards and have other abilities, but this dude right here, me, this dude is always gonna choose ice if they can. I mean, I can't help it. I just love ice. Okay, I'm fiddling and trying to perfect, and I need to get this sketch down. I am such a perfectionist. I could sit here doing this for hours, and it's part of the reason why I take so long to get art out. So I need to cool it. I can do fine details later. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now that looks good. But I'm still not happy with this. Yeah, that looks better. I'm gonna tweak it though. In fact, do this. Because the difference between fur and hair is the way you clump it together. Well, unless you're being realistic, then I don't know the way to do it. I just know how to draw it anime style. This. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Had to pop my neck. I just realized I am being a perfectionist again. I just can't fight it. I just gotta go with it. Get rid of this. Ooh, I just had another idea. Okay. Get a bigger erase. And I know I try to save all that, but this is gonna be better. I don't want to get rid of the guideline because what I'm going to do this is where the shoulder is. Oh, broad enough? I think that's broad enough. Maybe it should be here? Maybe that's a little too broad. This is the shoulder. How does that work? Does that look good? Okay, yeah, that's good. And if I do this, should be like should be similar to that. Okay. I'll work on that side later. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is have it where instead the whole thing being fur, there be another top cape, and then have all this be fur. Do this. And don't need that one there. Now it's time for me to be a perfectionist. Oh, Jesus. Fucking hell. Now, I just don't think that line fits. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. Well, eventually I'll get rid of it. Alright. Now. This. Yeah, okay. I might want this to be straighter. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Now, for the fur. And I think what I need to do is make it obviously two different things. And I will add fur on the bottom part too. But first, I'm gonna separate out the top part of the cape. And I might go lower with the top part, I don't know yet. But let's do this. This and this. Yeah, I do think it needs to be lower, and I need to take this and more. And I do need to fix this light. I know another question that you should put down in the comments. And that is, well, I guess technically it's chat. Well, in chat, comments, it doesn't matter. What is your favorite hero show? It could be a movie, it could be anime, it could be a TV show. What got me into the hero genre was Tiger and Bunny. In fact, it's really what inspired me to create my own hero characters. Especially after season 2. Ugh. I am not a big fan of season 2. I disagree with their decisions. Not a big fan. I mean, it's not like it's bad in the sense of, oh, what a horrible show. It was more like, I don't feel like they knew what the fans wanted. And I know I ship Tiger and Bunny together, Barnaby and Kotetsu, but I'm not talking about that. It was very much like they would change characters completely, contradict stuff that they had laid out in the first season. It's like very much the opposite. Even the movies, in the movie, the second movie, like there was no redeeming Golden Ryan, but they brought him back anyway. And they got too ambitious, if you asked me. They should have just had the second season be about meeting the new heroes and them coming in and having shenanigans go on with them coming in, because it's been announced that each hero is going to have a partner. Because I don't really have a problem with the fact they did the partner thing. In fact, some of the best parts of season 2 was the new characters. I love Magical Cat. Mr. Black, Sumaru. Yeah, I like him too. I like Thomas. He is Thomas. I feel like they laid on their drama a little too thick, because they're trying to get you to know these characters. But other than that, I liked them. I thought they were pretty cool. I did not agree how they partnered up some of the other heroes, especially since they never partnered them up that way before. The closest they ever got is in the second movie, Sky High, Origami, and Bison. They all 3 worked together to take down, oh, I don't remember. Was it the Screaming Guy? Yeah, it was the Screaming Guy. I don't remember his name. But that was the closest they ever had. Otherwise, it's kind of always been Sky High and Origami. And honestly, I wouldn't be happy with those pairings, because if you think about it, Origami and Rock Bison, whether you like it or not, are at the bottom of the charts. So it's kind of detrimental to them to have, you know, a good popular partner, because that would definitely protect their jobs. It's definitely all money if they are partners with Bison and Origami being partners, because that means they can get the best amount they can out of Sky High and Fire Emblem. So it's frustrating. So I disagree with a lot of things they did. Thanks. So very much have had a roller coaster ride of feelings after season 2 came out. It's like, at first I was like so upset and so angry, and I didn't like it, and I was like, oh, like, oh, I gotta do better. I could do better. But in hindsight, if that's where they want to go, that is their decision. It is their show. I disagree with it. And I feel like it's even going against character development that they already had. But I don't think that all the same people came back to do season 2. So that might also be a possibility. So it's, you gotta do what you can, and at least we got a season 2. I wish it'd been different, but, we could have not had one. I'll just stick to my headcanon of how things work, and I have it where Blue Rose is partnered up with an OC of mine called Rebound, and, get rid of Golden Ryan completely, because, honestly, no, he was just a character to add drama in the second movie. And I don't remember there being a lot of love for him either. Maybe it's just the circles I run in, but a lot of people kind of were like, ugh, get him away from me. And honestly, it wasn't just his personality, it was also because of him, Katetsu couldn't be with Barnaby in the first leagues. Because whether you ship them or not, it's like you come there to watch Tiger and Bunny. Like, very much all about the two leads. So, he was very much not a very welcome character. I think a lot of the feelings of people had for Golden Ryan chilled out a little bit later after the second movie was over, but I kind of remember him being not really well liked. Again, might be just the circles I run in, because I didn't like him. So maybe it was very obvious. And honestly, he's unredeemable. I don't think he should be redeemed. I don't like what they did in season 2 at all. And I am very upset that people want to ship him and Rose. I mean, to each his own. I'm not gonna, get in your business. Because if that's what you want, that's what you want. And you know what? That's cool. I'm not gonna be worried about it. And, maybe you can do it where I'll like it and it'll be really awesome. So I'm never gonna just cut out. I find that you never know. The future is unknown. And things can change. So, yeah. I'm not gonna say what you can or cannot do. In fact, do as you please. But, I personally cannot stand him. And so I just got rid of him. And, I could go on with a lot of things that I did not like about season 2, but I do want to talk about the positives. First off, I love that we get to meet Kaede's bestie, Sarja. I think that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, I'm terribly sorry. I am not good with names. But Sarja is a cutie patootie, and I love her. I love her dynamic with Kaede too. Oh my gosh. In fact, I always wanted Kaede to have a bestie. That I created my own OC for her. That would be her bestie. Well, 2 actually. And, yeah. So, I always wanted her to have someone she could talk to that knew she had next abilities. And I've already decided that they're all besties. My character I'm talking about is Mason. He's transgender in the story, so born female and transitions into male. So I'm used to calling them they, them, because they have a lot of growth in the story. Because at first they're still presenting as Mary, their dead name, and they have a lot of mental blocks they have to get through. And they eventually start living as their authentic self. And their mother and older sister is, of course, completely accepting and loving. So, no problems there. And it was just his father that was a dick. Okay, I know that I have a lot of characters with bad fathers, but there are some characters where the mothers are bad. Okay, so maybe I don't have as many. But, yeah. Well, Celestine's parents, they were wonderful, wonderful people. Both his father and his mother. So, there's that. Of course, they're also dead by the time he's an adult. Wow. I really started to realize how... I think I only have one character I can think of up the top of my head that has a wonderful family dynamic with his mom and his dad and his siblings. And nothing else. And that's it. They have a good relationship. The rest of my characters just... Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. So, yeah. I really love Sarja, and she was one of the best parts of season 2. Her and Kaede's dynamic was so cool. I loved it so much. And Mason and Sarja, they're gonna get in some trouble. And in my headcanon, Kaede goes to Sternbilt to go to a school that Barnaby went to when he was her age. And she meets her other friend, Scarlet. So now it's Sarja, Kaede, Scarlet, and Mason. The 4 of them get into a lot of shenanigans. Gosh, if I wasn't so sick all the time when I created all their designs, which I have done, I would have totally done a spreadsheet, doodle fest of drawing them, doing all kinds of fun stuff together. Yeah, I had so many plans because Scarlett's the shortest out of them all and not as fast of a runner. I picture Mason picking her up and putting her over his shoulders and just booking it while Kaede's in the lead and Sarja's like, wait up for me! Oh, I just love it. I'm just so glad they did that. I'm so happy they gave Kaede a best friend. And Sarja is perfect. She's a little sweetie. I love her so much. And I love that she's also... is it Indian? Is that Sarja? Well, I just love that she's very much unique in design, and I'm always a sucker for someone with dark skin. She's just beautiful. I like dark skin. And it's just all around rounded because it shows that Kaede lives in a very diverse area, even though it's called Oriental Town. Well, I guess Indians are Asian. Well, anyway, it shows that there's a lot of diversity around where she is, and I like that. I think there should be a lot more diversity, which is another reason I was drawn to Tiger and Bunny. I mean, Katetsu's Japanese. I don't know if this is true, so don't quote me on it, but I think Barnaby's British? I don't know. It could be that he's just Caucasian. I might have my wires crossed because of some stuff I heard in the fandom. So, yeah. I know that Karina's Caucasian, and I know that so is Sky High. But we have... And Origami's whole name is Russian, so he might be Russian. I don't know. But you have... I always want to say Mexican, but it's Latino. Is it? I'm confused. But you have Rock Bison, who's Mexican, Latino. And then you have Fire Emblem, who's black. It's really cool. And you have Pauline, who's Chinese. I love the diverse cast. And I love they stuck with it. Because you have, Subaru being Japanese, and I don't know what Thomas is. Probably Caucasian, but if not, it's definitely still a very diverse cast. So yeah, that was another reason it drew me to Tiger and Bunny. I also really loved it because it's just so colorful and beautiful, and Leroy's having ice powers. But I really loved Katetsu. In fact, I did not like Barnaby at first. I won't lie. But I have to say, as I got deeper into his character, I was like, this poor guy? He's been through it, man. It's a good thing he has Katetsu. Katetsu can help him get through some of his issues. And, of course, I think they're a couple. Plain and simple. And you will never, ever talk me out of it. But yeah. And I feel like they shouldn't have had it where everyone knew who Kaede was. I know it would be hard to do it that way because he's unmasked. But, Hero TV is also a huge corporation. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary for them to be able to keep such things a secret. But, to each his own. I could hypothesize all day long, and it doesn't really matter because they made the decisions they made. But I love Magical Cat too. She's a real sweetie. I feel like Subaru. I am getting Genshin Impact confused with Tiger Bunny. I'm saying Subaru instead of Subaru. I just realized that. But yeah. Subaru. I really like his character. I thought it was a little hilarious, him calling Barnaby an old man. And I hated that it bothered Barnaby because I wanted it to be where Barnaby kind of laughs and says to Katetsu, now I'm an old man, and kind of make a joke of, I've got my old man card, or no, I'm officially now a part of the old man club or something like that, and basically joke because he used to call Katetsu old man. and have it where he takes it really good, and him and Katetsu can joke about it. Which, what the hell was that about in season 2, where they come into the party and Barnaby and Katetsu are fighting? I wasn't a big fan of that. That kind of irked me. Because they had so many new characters, had it where the Tiger and Bunny were going to have less time on the screen anyway, which, it's like, did you forget it's Tiger and Bunny, not Hero TV? So it really limited their interactions, and I was really sad about that. I mean, why? I mean, yes, they fight. That is an inevitable thing. I get that. I mean, the whole point is that they figured out how to work together as partners and friends to save the day, and they eventually went forward, which, you know, that was one of the cool parts about it. Them learning to work together, and whether it's romantic or just platonic, opposites do attract, and you can make really good friends with that type of person. So, yeah. I feel like there wasn't enough scenes for just Katetsu and Barnaby. And in the first season, they did really good of showing us who the other characters were without cutting out the parts for Tiger and Bunny. So, yeah, I feel like there could have been a lot more tweaked. And I don't want to say, you know, anything too harsh, because also maybe they were trying to get more interest and get people to want to watch it so they could have another season. And so they tried to add a lot to get interest. But I feel like in the situation of that, they really lost a part of what the show was. Because I think season 2 of Tiger and Bunny, if you took away season 1 and the second movie, it would be a pretty decent show. Because it wouldn't have all that background they had. Because if it had been a completely new show, standalone, it would have been totally fine. But they had a lot of build-up from the first season that they did not live up to. So, but, you know, I wouldn't say that it sucked. Season 2 wasn't bad. It was just very cramped. And they added some characters they should just let disappear. Like Golden Ryan. And I disagree with Mattia. At least if they were going to add, because, you know, Barbie could have had a friend when he was younger. That's totally legit. That could happen. You won't remember much. But, you know, I can see that. But the way they added him in as a red herring, it's like he seemed like a bad guy. But it was so you wouldn't trust him when the time came of that chick controlling him. But I feel like there shouldn't have even been a question. And I guess they're leaving it open so later on he could possibly betray Barnaby. But, hasn't Barnaby had enough? And that's also another thing. I hated Mattia way, way before I realized who he was. Because I didn't like how they brought him in. And then he's talking to Barnaby, and he's talking about how funny it was he popped gum in his face. As someone who had long hair and had gum in it, that's a no. That's miserable. And the thing is, he didn't say it was a one-time thing. He said he did it to him several times. Which, Barnaby's mom would not allow that. She'd be like, nope, you two can't have gum anymore. I don't know if you've ever had gum stuck in your hair. Oh, it hurts. Especially if you're tender-headed. But to get it out is so hard. So I feel like Mattia and Barnaby's mom would be like, no more gum for you two. You obviously cannot behave. But, it's like Barnaby, when Mattia was reminiscing this, he was sour about it. It's like, it was not a fun thing for him. So, yeah, it's very frustrating. And that could have been something, It's like a friend from Barnaby's past. That could have been cool. But, And because they didn't have enough time, they didn't have it where Barnaby introduced Mattia to Katetsu. It's like, what? It's just, oh, you're Mattia. I remember Bunny talking about you. When did that change? Because literally in one scene, Barnaby's like, oh, I've got a friend I'm gonna go visit, and he's talking about his plants. Which of all the hobbies? Plants? I mean, they show scenes where Barnaby's working on his suit and helping out Dr. Saito and sitting there watching, and his parents being in robotics. And they couldn't have it where his hobby was something to do with building robots or something. They make him a plant dad? No. I'm sorry. It's Barnaby we're talking about. He just does not scream, I'm okay with getting dirt under my nails. Missed opportunity, though, if you ask me. They could have had it where he had robots everywhere. Oh, that would have been so cool. If he had instead a desk covered in tools and robot parts, and then actual robots on the desk and decorating on shelves and stuff, and had it where he had like clock pieces too, because clocks are very technical. So that would have been so good. That would have been awesome. Oh, such a missed opportunity. I mean, Katetsu's from the country, and I think his mom has been growing vegetables and stuff all her life. He would know how to have a garden. If anything, it'd be Katetsu that would have a plant. And I can't imagine Barnaby keeping up with the watering. It's so strange. I guess they were trying to do something to show that Barnaby was getting better. And, that's fine. But why Plant Dad? He does not scream Plant Dad to me at all. I think it would have been more apt if it was, Katetsu gave him a plan and he's like, okay, how do I take care of this? Because I could see Katetsu wanting him to get a hobby, and because he was in the country, and he grew plants, he would have gone, oh, I know, I'll get Bunny a plant. And have Barnaby sit there and figure out, okay, how do I keep this plant alive? Because I feel like he could kill a cactus. I mean, I could so imagine that Barnaby gets a cactus and overwaters it. That's the quickest way to kill a cactus. So yeah, if they'd been totally different characters, I feel like season 2 could have really worked. It still would have been way too cramped. It's like, if they were like completely new, then I wouldn't have a problem with Golden Ryan coming in and him slowly through time growing softer, and thanks to Blue Rose, seeing that some of his views are kind of sexist, and that's just not what he wants to be, and he wants to be a better person. But he was such a dickless prick in the second movie. I mean, he even asked Barnaby inappropriate questions to be asking on Hero TV, like, do you have a girlfriend? It's like, okay, ask me that when we're not on TV. Why do you have to ask me that right now while we're on Hero TV, fighting a villain nonetheless? Like, what? You really need to call it quits there, buddy. And it's because Golden Ryan wanted to embarrass him, wanted to piss him off, wanted to put him on the spot. And it's because he was jealous at how popular Barnaby was. And he didn't like how Barnaby would correct him on how to be a hero. And Barnaby had barely contained rage through the second movie. I know that there were times where Barnaby wasn't always raging at Golden Ryan, but half of the time when he talked, he would just look at him like, shut up. It's like, come on. Yeah, I think Golden Ryan is the biggest takeaway from season 2 that bothers me. And they could have added a character like Golden Ryan. They still could have had that character development, but have it be someone else. Why did it have to be Golden Ryan? I don't understand what their thought process was. I mean, kind of a little illogical too, because I feel like a lot of the hero fandom in the show would not like Golden Ryan, because in the second movie, he literally slams the other heroes down to the ground. And makes it where Barnaby has to use his powers. And that's so reckless. I mean, luckily, nothing happened where Barnaby had to use his powers later on. But the whole point of, telling Katetsu to be careful and conserve his abilities for the right moment is thrown right out the door, and no qualms. And nobody even talks about it. It's like, that happens. And it's like, one of the heroes, it was either Dragon Kid or Blue Rose, said, is this even allowed? Is this a part of the rules? Because it's like, I know it's a competition, but this seems dirty. You're throwing us to the ground and making it where we can't help people. Which is also another thing. What if multiple people were falling out the window and Barbie couldn't catch them all and the heroes are slammed to the ground? The lack of empathy. I know they're trying to make it seem like he was just arrogant, but he wasn't just arrogant. He was soulless. Absolutely soulless. And very much not caring about anyone else. And lazy to boot. And he was always pushing Barnaby's buttons. He wanted to piss him off. I think that's why in the second season they had it where Golden Ryan spoke up for Barnaby to be like, oh yes, the beef is in the past. Okay, when did that happen? And when did Barnaby become on Golden Ryan's speed dial? I don't know if he's actually on that speed dial. But he calls him when Katetsu and Rose are talking about some stuff. And he's like, you're taking my partner away. It's like, are you that childish? Like, really? Come on. I don't understand it. And that really could have been funny, having Barnaby go, well, will Katetsu choose a different partner? No, of course not. Of course not. I wouldn't believe that for a minute. And then being like, which, you know, that's also another thing if you think about it. It makes it seem like the heroes have control over the partnership. So what's the point of the heroes not standing up and saying, Fire Emblem going, okay, I'm going to partner up with Bison, honey, and Sky High goes, and I'm going to partner up with Origami! And why didn't they have that? And it's like, also another thing, why wouldn't they go with their strengths? I know that Fire and Wind, they've proven, can work very well together, which is fine. Yeah, that does work. But if you think about it, both Sky High and Fire Emblem are range. It's like, wouldn't it be best if Bison was kind of the tank for Fire Emblem, so Fire Emblem can stay back and use his fire, and Bison goes forward to handle the criminals? And then, same with Origami. He could be range or combat. He knows martial arts. He can transform into different things. And Sky High could stay in the back. And if they both need to fly off, obviously Origami can do that. They've shown it in the second movie that he comes flying in on his, shuriken. And even if it's just temporarily, it would work enough for their dynamic. It would just be so much better. And so, yeah, I don't get what their thought process was. Maybe there was a lot more that I don't see because I'm stuck in the past of the other season, with season 1. Maybe there was a lot put to it and I don't know about it. Obviously, I wasn't there. So, yeah. I will admit that I don't know, and they made their decision, so there's that. I mean, to each his own. Which, they did a lot of queer baiting in Tiger and Bunny with Barnaby and Katetsu, making them practically in kissing distance, and then, bam, interrupted. Like, come on. Like, I know you guys weren't gonna have them kiss, but must you tease me so? Must you tease me? I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I didn't have any hope. Just because my brain knew It wasn't gonna happen. They weren't gonna kiss. It doesn't change the fact you have the fan inside of you going, please, kiss, kiss, kiss. So when their faces got really close in that final part of season 2, I was like, oh, they're gonna do it. And even though my logical brain is like, don't even get your hopes up. Why are you getting your hopes up? Oh, it's like, bad brain, bad. Well, I guess bad heart, bad, because my heart wanted it, but my brain was logical. So, yeah. And then I have Subaru come in and be a major cock block. Oh. I was like, come on, Subaru. Could you waited a little bit longer? It's like, no matter how you view Barnaby and Kotetsu in dominated roles or whatever, I don't know what to call it, where it's PG-13. But, no matter how, I just feel like Barnaby, being the young one that also hasn't really been hurt by romance yet, though he's scared of it, I feel like he would have been the one to kiss Kotetsu. I just feel like he's the one that would be bold. He would be the one that would grab his face and kiss him. And Kotetsu would be like, oh yes. Actually, yes, I like this. Where has this been all my life? So, yeah. I feel like there was definitely some missed opportunities. Even if they insisted on making him a plant dad, they should have at least still played into the fact he was very much into technology and stuff. Have his hobby be something to do with that. But whatevs. I should do a video on this, to be honest. If I ever get the time. It's funny, I've been talking about Tiger and Bunny, and I haven't talked at all about my characters. Yeah. So, obviously Tiger and Bunny was a big inspiration for me to create these characters. So, they are going to be forced into a partnership. It's like, Celestine thinks he's going to be going on his own, doing his own thing, and then he finds out, what, I'm partnered up with Lionheart over here, which is Finn Catter, and he's like, I don't remember agreeing to this. And Finn's like, I don't remember agreeing to this. So Celestine just basically brushes him off and is like, I'm gonna do my own thing. And Eva tells him, yeah, nah, I'm a lone wolf. And kind of basically walks off without Finn several times, Lionheart. And Lionheart's trying to work with this man, but he is just not given. He's just not given any pull. So yeah. And yeah. Count how many times I say yeah. But there are also some more characters to the cast. Like Finn, his friend is illusionist. She owns her own company, and is a hero. Yes, inspired by Fire Emblem. And she is a bisexual queen. But, she very much is, the very sensual, beautiful woman type. Girl boss. Don't want to cover this part up because it looks so good. Oh, plus I shouldn't because technically it's over. And think about that. If I cover it up, it will look weird. So I should do this. Then have it. Yeah, that doesn't work. But yeah, she's very much the, illusionist is very much the mom of the group. She, is very supportive and kind, which I already have a roster of heroes. I don't have all the hero names, but, yeah, let's see. The heroes that I have named is Lionheart, the Illusionist, Cupcake, Vampirus, Yellow Jacket, and Surf. But I haven't named the hero for silence. He can deafen things. I haven't named that asshole. There's going to be an asshole hero. I haven't named him. I might add more heroes later, and I think I've remembered them all. Yeah, I think so. I'm doing a mental think, and I can't think of any more. But yeah. So the story goes that Lionheart has some baggage, you know. He used to be married. In fact, the story does begin where he walks in on his wife cheating on him with his ex-friend when the story starts, which is the asshole hero. They were friends with each other, Illusionist and Lionheart. They were all friends. And turns out asshole hero was sleeping with his wife behind his back. So Lionheart walks in on that and heartbroken. So it's very much hard. It's hard on Lionheart, of course, and he gets so upset, and he is still dealing with that trust issues when he gets to meeting Celestine. In fact, he's still kind of stuck in the past when Illusionist gets his attention and is like, hey, you okay? Because she knows what happened. The other heroes, they don't know. They don't know what happened. They just know that Celestine and the asshole hero are not friends anymore. And they're like, you know, an asshole hero, he was always an asshole, but he could rein it in better back when him and Lionheart were friends. But he isn't anymore. And so they're like, man, I really liked asshole hero way better when you two were friends. And it's like, they don't get what happened. And Lionheart doesn't want to talk about it, so he doesn't. And so Illusionist is the only one that knows, and she's like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And she's like, okay. It's like, she's worried about him, but, you know, they've got a job to do. And so they do it, and then Celestine comes in, and he does not have a hero name. He is a hero that will never be masked, while all the other heroes are masked. And he very much comes in and steals the show. And asshole hero, who is actually the hero that everyone's screaming for, is immediately jealous. Because Celestine just stole his thunder. And all the ladies are already swooning over Celestine. So, yeah. So, asshole hero automatically doesn't like Celestine. And Celestine is a showboat. So, he is very much like, that's right, I did this wonderful thing. And he basically has impressed everyone in the first few seconds of him being there. And as they're standing there, in awe, all the other heroes is like, who is this guy? It's announced that Celestine works for the same company as Lionheart, and that they're going to be partners, which Celestine did not know this was going to happen, and neither did Lionheart. So they're both like, wait, what? You're announcing this, but you didn't tell us first? It's like, oh, what? Because it's not unusual in this world for companies to have two heroes and them not be partners, because they want to maximize profit. So they're literally the first ever hero duo in this world. And so they're both like, what? And Lionheart is told he needs to work with Celestine. He tries. Celestine blows him off because he's like, no, I work alone. I don't need your help. And Lionheart's like, well, we gotta work together because the company is on Lionheart's ass. And Celestine's like, no. And he does his own thing. And honestly, Celestine is getting pressure as well about the situation. It's not like Lionheart where they're like, you need to work with this guy or else. But Celestine is basically asked by the owner of the company to clean up after some of the heroes, because the owner of the Hero Corporation is very much against the new age of heroes. He is not a big fan. He's mad that there's a woman that owns a hero company. Yes, he's very sexist. He's mad that she's very openly bisexual. He's mad at the other company's choices of heroes. He feels like they shouldn't be heroes. It's a lot of shit. So he's basically telling Celestine to clean up the mess. And it's like, one of the messes is Lionheart. And Celestine's like, okay, but you hired him. Why am I needing to clean up the mess? But it's because Lionheart is one of the first heroes of the second generation. So the first generation, this company had a hero called Dragonheart, and they wanted to capture the same energy and interest that he received, and he very much wanted, the company very much wanted for to capture the golden age with Dragonheart and kind of just push that forward. And so they even chose Lionheart's name. They were like, oh, let's do Lionheart. And so Lionheart was like, okay. He was just kind of thrown in there, and he was like, all right. So when Lionheart didn't turn out like Dragonheart, it really kind of burned, because Lionheart is also a huge fan of Dragonheart. It was the whole inspiration of him becoming a hero. So, you know, he feels a little guilty for not being, you know, the best, which is what he wanted. So he's kind of struggling to find his own identity as a hero. And, hold on. But yeah, so I'm back. So yeah, it was very much a hard thing. So Lionheart is still trying to find himself at the same time as still being a hero, which he very much is okay with being a partner with Celestine, even though Celestine does rub Lionheart the wrong way because he was friends with Dickhead, who cheated with his wife. Cheated with Lionheart's wife. So, you know, because Celestine does come in with that arrogant attitude, like, I'm all that wonderful. And it does make Lionheart kind of be like, but But he realizes pretty quick that Celestine is very much what you see, what you get kind of guy. He's not going to lead you on or make you think he's there for funsies, or not funsies, to be your friend. He very much is open, honest, and tells people right to their face what he thinks. And it's very refreshing because the other guy he was friends with basically gaslit him and lied to him, and he didn't know it until he found out that his wife and him were cheating. So having Celestine be very honest and very much not trying to sell you anything, and he's not full of himself because he thinks he's good. He's full of himself because he is good. He's not sitting there trying to pretend that he's something he's not. He's good. I mean, one of the reasons the people really took to Celestine so quickly was because he just swooped in and took care of the situation. Just no big deal, took care of it. So it was very much he was very much getting people's attention because he was good. The asshole, he steals out from under the other heroes. He, in fact, constantly pisses off Yellow Jacket because Yellow Jacket will be getting his criminal, and Mr. Asshole is like, comes in and steals the arrest. Oh, Yellow Jacket is buzzing with anger. So yeah. And it's very much, people didn't realize that they didn't have it good until Celestine came. Because they thought, oh, Mr. Asshole is a fantastic hero and blah, blah, blah. And he's not. The only reason he was able to fool people as long as he did is because he had someone as likable as Lionheart as a friend. So, yeah. So, yeah. But eventually, Celestine and Lionheart realize there's a bigger plot going on, and that they need to work together to solve it. At first, Celestine is completely against it. He doesn't want Lionheart to help him in any form or way. He's done with this. He wants him to go away. But he doesn't. And Celestine realizes he needs Lionheart's knowledge. He knows things that others don't. So he's like, huh, okay. So maybe I'm wrong and I do need your help. So, yeah, they learn to work together. There's a lot of false starts, though. It's partly because Lionheart kind of worms his way into Celestine's heart. Even though Celestine is trying to ignore Lionheart, Lionheart is just this really sweet, goofy guy. And Celestine is bisexual, and Lionheart is so his type. So he's very much like, stop being so cute. He doesn't realize he's in love with Lionheart. At first, he just thinks he's cute, but really, it was love at first sight. And, he very much, is struggling on that end too, because he's like, "You're just too cute." And also, Lionheart is just a really sweet guy. He helps and he's kind and he wants to do what he can and he wants to save people. And he does what he can. And so, even though Celestine and him aren't exactly besties, Lionheart's there when he needs him. And it starts really sinking in for Celestine. He's very much like, he's actually really cool. And they become friends. Obviously, they're gonna become lovers in the end, but at first they do become friends, which is what Celestine needs, because I don't want to get into any spoilers yet, because this still might become a series. Don't know. Hopefully it will. But, he's had a tough past, and he has a lot of trust issues, and he needs someone like Lionheart that's very honest and to the point and is who he is. And he is very much into not into, that's not the word I'm looking for. He has to learn. That's it. He's very much having to learn and become a good friend. And Lionheart helps him with that. And Lionheart really softens him up, because he's very much a hard ass. So, yeah. Celestine, being the hard ass that he is, sometimes gets a little caught up, and Lionheart reminds him, it's okay. One step at a time. So he needs someone pretty chill like Lionheart. I do not like this sleeve. Well, I like the sleeve, but I don't like the end of it. But I don't know what I want to do yet. In fact, I am so undecided, I'm going to get rid of this side too. Okay, there we go. I'm liking that better, the fur. But what to do? I feel like he should have gloves. Definitely gloves, so I'm gonna draw that. I forgot to talk. But, yeah, so Lionheart ends up really softening him and helping him become a more easygoing person. Because at first, Celestine is not easygoing at all. He seems like he can go with the flow. He's very good at masking his emotions. And Lionheart is one of the rare people that sees Celestine upset, because Celestine doesn't expect Lionheart to do what he does, and so he's earnestly upset because he's risking his life. He's like, don't do that, that's crazy, you're gonna get yourself hurt. You know? So, you know, Lionheart very much ends up getting to see a softer side of Celestine, because he genuinely doesn't want anyone to get hurt or be in danger or anything like that. So Lionheart gets to see that softer side. And he realizes that Celestine is just very much a closed-off person, and he just needs a little support. And that's all, really. So, very much a duo that works well together. It's like Celestine is very self-assured of himself. He knows what he wants, sometimes even to the detriment of himself. And Lionheart is very uncertain. He doesn't have confidence. And he's very, even though he knows what to do in the moment, he can always trust his instincts to show him what to do. He is very much too humble sometimes. Another reason he gets unnoticed by the people in the storyline, and why he's not the top, because confidence does tend to catch people's eye. So he kind of just falls into the background. And, of course, haters gonna hate, so a lot of people talk bad about Lionheart because they can. And they don't like him very much. But in the grand scheme of things, most fans don't even think about it. He kind of just falls into the background because, you know, the only people that get passionate about it are looking for things to get mad at. Usually how it goes. And, yeah. But he has the respect of all the other heroes. Lionheart is very kind, and in fact, both Yellow Jacket and the Silence Hero, they both see him as a kind of fatherly figure. And they both look to him for advice. And the same with Cupcake. She also looks for his advice, also looks towards his advice. And so does Vampirus. She also does. Because he was the first hero hired for the second generation. Then it was Asshole Hero. Then it was Illusionist. And then it was Vampirus. And it was their group for a little while. And then Bearclaw was hired. Oh yeah, Bear Claw. Illusionist future love interest. Bear Claw was hired a little bit after Vampirus, and then it was Surf and the Silence Hero. They were hired at the same time because they're brothers. There's a lot more to it, but I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, so the latest additions is Cupcake and then Yellow Jacket. And so he's always been a very guiding, kind force for everyone. And because Illusionist was hired around the same time he was, they both are very much like brother and sister. In fact, Illusionist has a twin brother. And so she can be very sisterly as well as motherly. So they're not identical twins, but they are twins. They do have a strong look similar to each other, but again, not identical. And Illusionist really does treat Lionheart like a little brother. And always is looking out for him. But yeah. And Bear Claw is kind of like very much a good friend of Lionheart's as well. She kind of she's the kind of type of person that does everything on her own, so she doesn't even think to ask Lionheart. Lionheart will give her advice, and she will think on it because she's a reasonable person. But she does tend to just do things. She's like, I can handle this, I'll do it. Even if she needs help, sometimes she will not ask for help. I mean, Bear Claw, she is... I think I decided she was like 6'3". She a tall lady. Very tall. But, yeah, she's very much always been the type of person to deal with things on her own. She's never been very good at asking for help. And it's very much shown throughout how she very much takes charge of situations. But yeah, I like Bear Claw. She's one of my favorites. I can't wait to draw her. I just hadn't had time yet because I want to get each character done and all that. So I might just one day sit down and just draw her. Plus, I want to draw Illusionist and Cupcake. I want to draw all the heroes except Mr. Asshole. I don't even know how I'm going to make him look. I've got a vague image for the others, but I don't know about Mr. Asshole. So, yeah. It will come to me eventually. It always does. And, it'll just take some time. I'm just not very good at drawing asshole characters. Which needs to change if I'm to be able to draw more things. Because I want to draw more things. Well, I didn't do much because I am such a slow perfectionist, but I am more happy with this side of Celestine's costume. I still need to figure out fins. I am not completely sure. I mean, I don't even know what to do with the shoes, as you can tell. I like the little tail. That was just out of nowhere. I was like, oh, I'll do this. It hooked onto his belt. And yes, it does move. It has little wires to have it move, so it moves with him. He can't control it, though. In fact, it's so crazy how it follows his behavior. But yeah, I think I'll end it by showing some of the outfits. Let's see, for Finn, I think, yeah, there's my man. Yeah. Oh, I love Finn so much. And let's see. Celestine. There we are. Celestine usually wears contact lenses when he's at work because he does not want to be in an issue where he loses his glasses. But when he goes out in disguise so people won't recognize him, since he's gonna need a disguise since he's not a masked hero, he wears the big circle glasses and beanie and stuff. He very much is kind of dressed down for his outfit. And he's very much more relaxed, more baggy pants, and so much so chill, because his outfit that he wears at work is this. Very much, yes, inspired by Barnaby, but I need to draw a pair of sunglasses because he wears sunglasses a lot. So yeah, I need to do that. But yeah. Right now, for Finn, this is one of my favorite outfits for him. But I gotta say, I do like his suit. Having a rainbow button up underneath. It's very much what he wears when he goes to work. But this is his casual wear. And this is without the hoodie. He's my rainbow boy. But yeah. Where was I? I would help if I do this. Oh, wait, no. This. Yeah. Okay, and now oh yeah. Alright, there we go. Little sneak peeks. But my hand is hurting. I need to take a shower. And just all around got stuff that I need to do for tomorrow so I can relax, because taking a shower is a whole ordeal. I'm not looking forward to it. It's exhausting. But yeah, need to do that. So I'm gonna call it quits. I will try to do another stream based on these guys again. Might do other characters too. Don't know. We'll see. I am working on a video. Well, I've got several videos in the works because I want to be able to work on random videos so I don't get burnt out. And whichever one I get posted, I get posted. So yeah. Hopefully my next one will be Tiger and Bunny. And I will talk about why I think they are totally into each other. Just basically talk about my headcanon, because obviously I think that Tiger and Bunny should do what Tiger and Bunny wants to do. The people that created it, it's their show. So I'm not gonna be deciding on fixing it or anything or redesigning. Nothing like that. So, but I do want to draw Barnaby and Kotetsu in different outfits because I'm not a big fan of their outfits. Season 2's outfits are better than the movie. But, you know, I want the same spark as the first season. And the first part of the season, too. I don't know why they changed Kotetsu's shoes. But, yeah, so just to draw them in something fun. No redesign, just to draw them in something fun. Because I just like drawing them in fun stuff. In fact, I'm stuck between, do I draw Kotetsu in a turtleneck or a button-up? Either way, I'm just gonna chill with drawing them in clothes. Because, after all, they can have multiple clothes. They could have the Season 2 outfit, the movie, the Season 1 outfit, you know, and change them whenever they want. So, yeah, I'm just gonna draw them in another outfit for fun. For funsies! How many times can I say fun? But yeah, thanks to all who came. And hopefully I can start streaming earlier than midnight. It's 4 a.m. At least the internet came back when it did. And I could finish up. So yeah, I enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed. And hope to see you either in the next stream or video. And like I said, I am going to try to stream once a week. If I don't, you'll know why. But bye! Oh, it